Hi, I'm Dan Parker, CEO of DPChem Consulting, and I'm here to tell you about a significant waste problem we are looking to solve by turning that waste into biodiesel fuel that we call enzymodiesel. Now, my engineering team and we've been designing and building biodiesel plants all around the world for the past 25 years. We've used all sorts of feedstock for those plants, all kinds of oils, but one feedstock that we've been very unsuccessful up to this point in using is waste, fats, oils, and grease from wastewater treatment plants. That's right. We're talking about fats, oils, and grease, commonly called FOG, F-O-G, that comes from, you guessed it, sewage. Did you know that a total amount of fog that comes into the Washington sewer system is estimated to be over 20,000 tons per year? So how does all this fog get into the sewage? Well, let me show you. Here we are in the kitchen. Now if we look in the sink, what do we see there? Oh, some dishes, dirty dishes. And this dish in particular, if we look at it, looks like somebody had spaghetti with some olive oil and garlic. A really yummy dish, but now we got to clean it off. So let's go ahead and clean it, get this all cleaned off. Send all that grease that's on there right down the drain. So that's good. Now the grease is gone. No problem, right? Wrong. Big problem. All that grease going down the drain is going to go into the sewer pipes. It's going to coagulate in the pipes, possibly create plugs, maybe even create a fatberg. You've heard about fatbergs. A lot of major cities have had problems with fatbergs developing in their sewers. And what happens when you plug the sewer? Well, you cause huge amount of cost and problem for the sewer utility. They've got to send people in, they've got to clean it out, they've got to dispose of all that material. And even worse, if you plug the sewer, where does the sewage go? It spills out into the environment. Even worse, you've got an environmental disaster. So fats, oils, and grease, or fog as we call it, is a major problem when you wash that oil down the drain. Now, what are other sources of oil? Well, you've got commercial kitchens. In a commercial kitchen, it's pretty much the same thing as your kitchen sink. You wash the oil down the drain, but in the case of a commercial kitchen, they have a large tank underneath the kitchen. It's called a grease trap. Now the grease trap collects all that grease and prevents it from going into the sewer. But then the grease trap fills up, and what do? You got to call somebody to come pump it out. And they pump out all that grease, haul it off to the nearest wastewater treatment plant, and dump it in the wastewater treatment plant. What happens in the wastewater treatment plant? Well, they skim it off of the clarifiers and they haul it off to a landfill as waste. So in the end, all this grease gets taken and ends up in a landfill. Again, a major environmental problem. So when we remove the fog from the wastewater treatment plant, what are we going to do with it now that we've got it all collected? Well, first we separate out the fats, oils, and grease from all the solids and wastewater and other material. And then we convert it into biodiesel using a specially engineered enzyme called a lipozyme. Now, our partner in Israel, Enzymacor, has been working to develop this special enzyme for the past 15 years. They call it Tranzyme A. And they have a successful pilot plant that's currently operating at a wastewater treatment plant in Israel. The advantage of the Enzymacor technology is that it uses very little energy. It's a natural enzyme, so the need for hazardous catalyst is eliminated. And the biodiesel produced has a lower carbon impact than nearly any other renewable fuel. Now you can see why we call it enzymodiesel. So please join us in solving a major problem for wastewater treatment plants and sewer districts, while at the same time producing a low carbon, environmentally friendly fuel. Thank you very much.